The bears have been out here for quite some time. Let's go ahead and use this flashlight to show you where they've been for almost 24 hours now. According to the homeowner, they've been up in that tree and they don't look like they're going anywhere. Tonight, the homeowner says she's in for a sleepless night.
You see her there. That's her hissing. It looks like she's in a fork of the tree.
A mother bear and her 1, 2, 3 cubs have moved into Diane Jenkins' tree. Jenkins' dogs first saw the bears Thursday night around midnight and started barking. But it wasn't until Jenkins took the clothes off her line Friday morning that she decided to look around. But she could barely see the makeshift cub house at first.
I seen something big, black, got my binoculars to see if it was a bear, and it was.
Jenkins watched as the mother bear nursed her cubs and then watched them take naps, sometimes even losing their balance. But she quickly realized she was in danger.
If one of them fell, she'd come down and try to protect her baby.
And bears can become agitated if they feel their cubs are in danger, which is why Jenkins now wants them gone.
I don't want her. You can have her.
Help us, man! Come on!
My name is Mark Taylor, and I just noticed an accident north of Chevron Park. It looks like there's a fuel spill and a couple injured individuals. Can you send somebody out here to check it out?
The human drama you see here is, in reality, only an exercise. The 45th IG Office of Inspections and Exercises coordinates exercises like this one to prepare the wing's emergency responders for man-made and natural disasters. The personnel wearing red hats are the evaluators.
Somebody!
In this scenario, a novice driver of this fuel tanker ran into a group of pedestrians near Chevron Park. The tanker rolled over and caused a 3,000-gallon fuel spill in the Banana River.
Yeah, right in the area right now.
Yeah, right here.
Okay,
can you look? I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
Members of the 45th Comptroller Squadron are posing as the victims. The scenario is designed to be as realistic as possible.
There was something jumping out of the water, and we came over here to see what was going on with the water, and then this truck came over and hit us.
Part of the scenario includes an inexperienced truck driver who got lost while on his way to make a delivery. While one group of firefighters attends to the injured, another group is working to contain the fuel spill in the river.
I'll give you an update as soon as I can, but we do have fuel in the river now.
Marina 1 soon arrives on scene to help contain the simulated fuel spill.
Boat's going to come around and we're going to deploy that boom, okay?
As evaluators look on, the firefighters take on the task of containing the spill.
He's good with the head.
Members of the 45th Medical Group perform triage and prepare the victims for transport.
Possible head injury, we have fluid from out of his nose and both of his ears. Okay. We got him under C-spine control.
Vitals 136/90.
Left leg fracture.
The medical responders act with swift precision, knowing that if this were real world, the critical hour would be quickly ticking away.
Respiration's 28 and shallow.
Checked his pupils, everything's equal. Excellent, fantastic.
Prepare to left. Left.
If this had been real world, injuries were so severe that 3 of the victims would have been transported to area hospitals via helicopter.
How you doing? Still doing all right?
I'm still here.
Breathing okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Lieutenant Robert Barnes with the 45th IG Office of Inspections and Exercises says while the evaluators look for any break or violation of established procedures, plans, and policies, they also look for what is being done right.
What we also look for is, of course, strengths. What are our people doing correctly? What are our people doing well?
What this meant to NASA was that we had 7 successful Atlas Agena launches from Complex 13, and 5 of them were lunar orbiters, and they are sort of the unsung heroes of the Apollo program because they orbited the moon and during those 5 missions took thousands of pictures that helped NASA identify the 6 Apollo landing sites. The lunar orbiters that were launched from Complex 13 that took those thousands of pictures that really helped us identify what was a safe site for the astronauts to land, as well as what was geologically interesting.
I was there all during the construction during 62 and 63. Fortunately, I was called up and they told me they were going to destroy 13, and after working on it all those years, I said, sure, I'll come out and watch. So Like I said, I hate to see it go down, but I guess for safety, it's probably a good idea.
Basically, two feelings that come across an installation commander's mind. First of all, this structure had not been used since 1978 and represented more or less a safety hazard on our base. On the other hand, anybody who's ever worked on this range on Cape Canaveral Air Force Station is compelled by the sense of history that we have here. And as such, this represents another one of those great old soldiers that have stood tall in our development of our space program that we have to say goodbye to. So it's a sad day as well.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Was very important in the development of both the Atlas Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Program and of course served then to do the mapping of the lunar surface for our eventual landing on the moon. But it's not well positioned for this new generation of boosters, so we're just going to make sure that we safe the site and leave it for historical purposes. We have already up to this point safed this site from its commodities, mostly its propellants and oxidants, way back when the site was first abandoned. What we're going to do next is now remove that tower that we've just dropped and move it to a landfill, an approved landfill, because it does contain some PCBs, for example, in the paint. We're just going to do some soil and water testing to make sure that we don't have any further actions to do there.
Outside Elian's former Little Havana home at this hour.
It's just like frothy as can be, and you can see the frothiness of it. We better back up, Jeff. We're gonna get some surf coming on up. Now high tide's coming up. Look how that just blew up on us. Whoa.
You're not going to want to hear this, but the experts at the Water District say we should really be cutting our grass at least twice a week right now. In fact, this grass has really gone too long. I'm cutting off too much of the blade, and that stresses the grass.
This is the front gate to the Space and Missile Museum. What happened here was the first satellite. We'll get out here, we'll go inside the blockhouse, and I'll tell you some really neat stories. This is a replica of Explorer 1. We answered Sputnik with Explorer 1, and this was really a big deal. And this one, instead of just sending back Morse code, this one actually did scientific research and something called the Van Allen belt. On launch day, it would have been pretty much like this. There would have been Dr. von Braun, probably Dr. Davis, and General Sands. Then there would be a person who's going to flip the switch, if you will. The rocket would be on that pad right out there, just about 115 yards. It took a whole building to house the computer, and this would be the computer that they use. Who has a digital watch? Okay, I have a digital. This digital has probably 1,000 times more computing power than this whole computer. And this is one corner of one small piece of a chip in your watch, and this is all handmade. the first American, Alan Shepard. But before all that happened, we launched some monkeys, some rhesus monkeys and some chimps. This lighthouse was the first building, substantial building built on Cape Canaveral. It was commissioned in 1857, 151 feet tall. Over here, the symbol, Mercury 7. January the 27th, 1967, a Saturn 1B was sitting on the pad. Ed White, Gus Grissom, Roger Champy went aboard to do a final checkout before launch. And oxygen-rich atmosphere in the capsule caught fire, and the 3 astronauts died at 6:31 p.m. We'll stop up here for those of you who have cameras and let you get a picture of the Delta IIs. Ladies and gentlemen, the 45th Space Wing is responsible for all public safety as a result of launches on the East Coast. So nothing happens off the coast until the 45th Space Wing says it's okay to happen.